Hey folks, Joe Rivas here, the San Diego mortgage guy, coming to you on Tuesday. I believe it's the 28th, or the 27th rather. Anyway, I want to talk to you about three things, just like I mentioned in the heading. My San Diego body, Len versus Lent, and then one of Yoda's famous quotes. So here we go. So my wife and I moved to San Diego back in November of 2016, and I remember telling her, "Oh, I'm excited to go to San Diego because I want to work. I got a few months to get the summer of 2017 to get into my San Diego body." Well, lo and behold, I've actually gained weight since I've been here in San Diego. So now I'm kind of craving my Murrieta body. That's where we came from, 16 years, because it was a little bit less weight than I do now. So not trying to get into my quote-unquote skinny jeans or anything like that, but as I sit at nighttime, right before I go to bed, after 9 o'clock, I sit there with my bowl of cereal, or I sit there with my bowl of ice cream, and I wonder, why am I not losing weight? Go figure. All right, Lend versus Lent. Lend. Okay, I'm a mortgage guy. If you need to buy or refinance, I'm the kind of person that you would contact. Lent, though, if you're not Catholic, and I grew up Catholic, Lent is a season that's right after Fat Tuesday, right after Mardi Gras, and you're supposed to get Mardi Gras. Basically is tradition to get all the bad stuff out of you, because for those next, I believe it's 40 days between then and Easter, that you're supposed to abstain from all bad stuff. And then the tradition is to give up one thing that is very near and dear to you. So I had not a friend, but I had an acquaintance who was a heroin addict. He and I got to know each other through different circumstances, and he had shared with me that over a period of time, it took him 3 times to go into rehab before he kicked his heroin addiction. And ever since then, every year on that anniversary when he graduated from the heroin addiction rehab, he would give up something for a year that kind of like was taking control over his life, just for him to know that he had control, he had the power to give up stuff. So after with that encounter, for about 6 or 7, I don't do it now, but for about 6 or 7 years afterwards, I would give up stuff. Well, I gave up meat one time, and I really like steak. I gave up ice cream, which I lasted about 7 or 8 months, and then I gave in. I gave up Coke, the cola, not the drug, and that was tough for me at times. One thing, though, I knew that I could not do, that had a hold on me more so than I'd like to admit, is coffee. I always say that I've been drinking coffee since I was 2 years old. I'm 53 now, so after 51 years, I've yet to get addicted, and that quitting is easy because I can quit every morning. It's staying quits is the hard part. So I'm asking you, what is the one thing that you might think has control over you that you would like to give up? Or in reverse, what is the one thing that you know, no matter what, like for me it was coffee, that you would not give up? And might tell a little bit about you. Okay, third thing, and all this kind of ties into my next topic. I said I was going to quote Yoda, and for all you Star Wars geeks out there, if I misquote him, please feel free to correct me. But I believe Yoda said something to Luke one time, when Luke had said something, "I'll try to do this." Yoda said, "Do or do not. There is no try." I believe I quoted him right. Anyway, basically that's the case. So every morning, let me tie this in. Every morning I listen to, while I'm getting ready or prepping breakfast or packing our lunches, I'm listening to Valuetainment, Patrick Ben-David. I'm listening to Gary Vee, a couple of his podcasts, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I get the chance, I listen to Sam Kay from BBR. He has a great training session for his agents, but then anybody can log on. And today he was talking specifically about spreading your influence, getting your influence out there. Talked about Mike Ferry's thing. So let me ask you this: those people who were at that training, did you go back to the Mike Ferry's website? Did you download that Center of Influence list? Did you? So did you do, or did you try? A lot of us, and Gary Vee has said this in many times in his podcast, a lot of us want the next thing. Okay, that's good. Give it to me. What's next? Well, we haven't even started to do what was put in front of us. So I'll make this a little easy for you. If you can't get to a printer and you just want this as a PDF form, text me, email me, call me, put a comment there, and I will send this to you. Excuse me. I will send this to you, email to you, make it a little bit easier. But basically, I was going to read off on a couple of these to see what this is about. So the center of influence, basically, people you know, people that you know, so that you can not sell them or not try to be salesy about it and say, hey, who do you know, that hard close, that hard sell, who do you know the next 3-6 months is going to buy, sell real estate, or when are you going to buy and sell real estate? But basic center of influence is create relationships. So let me read off on a couple and then just make my own comments. Accountants, yeah, definitely count CPA. Aerobics, I guess somebody who goes to you and or your yoga class. Alarm systems, yeah. Animal health or vet. Oh, your veterinarian would probably be or your groomer would probably be a really, really good person, because if they're taking care of their pets, they probably would have the monies to either buy or sell, or in my case, also refinance. Attorneys, automobile. I'm guessing that's your car salesman. Guys that you bought a car from. You just bought a car from him. Maybe he could do return a favor. These people basically are people who see a lot of people and can, if you, one, stay top of mind to them, and two, you're a decent person, you're a good person, you're giving, you're not taking, you're not trying to see what you can do for me, but you're trying to give value to them, people will probably refer you out there. Your banker, not sure about that, at least in my area, in my case, because they kind of do what I do. One person I disagreed with here that he put down here was babysitters. Not sure if a 16-year-old girl is going to be the person to bring up a conversation, hey, are you going to buy or sell? Barber, definitely a barber. Sees a lot of people. Bartender, definitely sees a lot of people. Maybe baseball person, probably a baseball club, like a bowling club. Your beauty salon, which in my case was the barber, for ladies, beauty salon, that hairstylist. This is an old list too, because they have beeper salesmen. So I'm not sure if there's any beeper salesmen out there. Bonds and stocks would be like your stockbroker, bookkeeper, CPA, tax person, bowling club, carpet cleaner, definitely carpet cleaner. CPA again, chiropractor, church cleaners, cleaners. I go to Mr. J's in Point Loma. I'm usually pretty faithful, and now that I've moved out of Point Loma and I live in Linda Vista, I still go over there. Take my clothes, 2-3 times a week, and get some. So next time I go there, I'm gonna ask Mr. J, hey, about that. Contractors, cosmetics, daycare. If you, and this is for my kids are 19 and 26, so I don't have this anymore. But if you have a child in daycare or private school or wherever, teachers, that's a good beginning of a relationship. Again, it's not to throw up on them, here's my card. This is a place to start a relationship, definitely. Dentist, dermatologist, again, back to those kids. If you got kids who are going to the dentist to get in their braces, you got a kid who's going to a dermatologist, doctors, definitely start that conversation. Get your sphere of influence out there. Drywall, electrician, engineer, fireman. Not sure how you would ask a fireman. Fisherman, I love this. I'd love to know if anybody's ever gotten a deal from a fisherman or a referral. Florist, definitely people, they see, again, a lot of people. Furniture, hey, here I got one. So years back, and we're talking the mid-2000s, when I had bought a home, this was like in 2003, we bought a home up in a closed community in Murrieta. We went to Ashley's Furniture, and we just happened to be in there, and I gave my card, got along really well with the salesperson. We were buying all the furniture for all the house, for all the rooms, and about a week later, I actually got a referral from the salesman for that. Golfing, groceries, your grocer, your checkout clerk, hair care, handyman, health club, again, horses. I'm not sure if horses, insurance, investment, jewelry, lawn care. Again, the guy who's out there doing the maintenance of the lawns may or may not be, but mechanic, definitely. Mechanic sees a lot of people, a lot of cars come by. Optometrists, orthodontists, pediatricians, again, back to those doctors. If you have kids and you're seeing a lot of these doctors, definitely a good people to start relationships with. Pedicures, ladies that get pampered, or guys who get pampered, they see a lot of people as well. Pest control, pharmacists, physicians, plumbers, pediatricians. So basically, there's a lot of people in here, and I'm trying to think shoe repair. I only know one shoe repair. It's right next to my dry cleaners in Point Loma. I've gotten there and I bought shoe polish. I've not taken my shoes to get repaired or polished there, but when I do next time, I probably should start a conversation because they still, again, meet a lot of people. So I'm not going to read the exhaustive list. I do have the Mike Ferry's list that Sam talked about, got it in PDF form. You could just as easily go to mikeferry.com, look under worksheets, print this yourself. But if you want to, just leave me a comment and I'll just text this to you, or excuse me, I will email it to you if you give me your email address. There you have it. Talked about my San Diego body, not where I should be. It's that bowl of cereal or that bowl of ice cream at 9 o'clock at night that's probably keeping me from having that San Diego body. I talked about Lender versus Lent, things that you may be willing to give up or things you may not be willing to give up. May say something about you, and good, bad, or ugly. And then thirdly, do versus try. Quoting Yoda, do versus try. I can try to do this, but how many of you do actually follow through? I know I need to work on that. One of the things that Sam also says is the way you do something is the way you do everything. I just need to be a more consistent person. That's a confession on my end. I made 2 phone calls this morning. Hopefully they will say yes to my interviewing them, and then I will have another doer thing that I got motivated this morning to do. Anyway, that's me. That's a wrap. I appreciate the time. I'm Joe Rivas, the San Diego mortgage guy. You guys take care.